Look, I have a bad J.Lo story too.
Do you, Megan? Do you really? Meghan McCain telling her J.Lo story happened about a month ago.
I mean, she came on The View many times as a guest. Not my favorite.
I only saw this a couple weeks ago. I wanted to cover it, but yeah, I'd kind of missed the boat on it. But 2 days ago was Jennifer's birthday.
When is Jennifer's birthday? Oh, July 24th. There you go.
So this is my gift to J.Lo. Here we go.
I actually feel bad right now because I feel like we're turning a point where there's like bullying happening to J.Lo, and I don't want to add to that. She just is a deeply unpleasant person.
I don't want to add to it, but so over the years, people will say to me, "Oh, I met so-and-so, and they were a real a-hole." And my response is always, "Well, what's your story that makes them an a-hole?" And most of the time, the story that they have doesn't warrant the a-hole title. I'm not here to defend celebrities, but I do find that people often, want to have gossip or dirt on somebody when it's really, "Oh, they didn't smile at me when I saw them in an airport." Oh, big deal. Now, it turns out that Meghan's J.Lo story doesn't involve anything that J.Lo did or said. Oh, okay. First off, I want to backtrack and correct one thing that Meghan said.
I mean, she came on The View many times as a guest.
Jennifer Lopez was on The View twice during Meghan's run. One in 2018 to promote Second Act.
We're back with Jennifer Lopez, and that was her best friend on screen and off, giving her some tough love in the new movie Second Act.
And then in 2019 to promote Hustlers.
Let me tell you something. Some of the biggest celebrities I've ever met in my entire life, I mean, giant celebrities, have tiny, maybe one publicist with them. Jennifer Lopez has more people traveling with her than the president, or as many. I'm not kidding.
Jennifer's mom, we're back. I'm always glad to see Jennifer, but I'm always thrilled to see you.
Oh, yeah.
First off, neither Joe Biden or Donald Trump were on The View when they were president and during Meghan's run. So yeah, Meghan is no comparison. And also Meghan, the president would have an entire Secret Service team with them. So come on, give me a break. Second, like I said, these appearances were promoting films, so they were film press days. So Jennifer's publicist would be there along with the studio's publicist. Probably a social media manager was there, either J.Lo's or the studios, taking pictures and taking videos. Jennifer was coming directly from other TV appearances, so her makeup was already done. If she didn't have a makeup artist with her, The View would have to supply her with one. And yeah, that makeup artist might not have the right shade or the same products that J.Lo has on her face, and there's no time for trial and error. And all that is mute because the number of people that J.Lo has with her doesn't determine her personality. Okay?
And I do remember, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, but my big memory of J.Lo is there was a person whose entire job was to hold up a mirror with lights.
Her biggest memory of J.Lo is not she was rude to me, she was crabby, she didn't give me the time of day, it was an unpleasant experience talking to her. No, it was that she remembers that, there was a guy that was holding a mirror with lights on it so J.Lo could check her makeup before she came on national television.
While they were touching her up backstage, just a mirror with lights, so she could see into it.
Yeah, so pretty basic concept that J.Lo is getting her makeup touched up like side stage right before she walks on. She's gonna want to see what it looks like, so someone has a mirror in front of her, and of course backstage is gonna be dim lighting and it's overhead lighting, so you can't really see. It's gonna be all the shadows. So yeah, you have lights right there, so both she can see it and the makeup artist can see what they're doing. Come on, Meghan. Ideally, they would go to a dressing room to do that, but there's no time. Yeah, J.Lo has a full press day, so she just come from 30 Rock, a 30-minute commute up to the ABC studio. I've been to both studios. I know how far distance they are. J.Lo's walking the door. She's right side stage. The makeup artist is doing it right there. So they don't have time to go to a room. And it's actually a good thing that J.Lo is self-sufficient. She's not calling out to the View crew, "Hey, I need a mirror. I need lights." No, she's self-sufficient. They already have a mirror and lights right there.
I remember being like, that poor man. What a weird job. He probably went to art school or something, had dreams of being a musician. He's like, I hold J.Lo's light lit, like whatever.
Who's being the unpleasant person now, Meghan? Like, clearly you didn't talk to this man, because if you did, you would have found out what his job title was, his other tasks were, or anything about him, instead of making up the story that completely belittles him. Because clearly his only job is not to just to hold a mirror in front of J.Lo. And he's on Jennifer Lopez's team. He's worked very hard to get there, harder than you as a Nepo baby ever has.
J.Lo coming on The View was not my favorite by a lot. I said it's not my favorite. I too share similar negative stories that apparently the entire world does too.
And that's it. That's all that Meghan has. There's no interaction before or after the show. Meghan implies that, all the unpleasantness was during the segments.
When you're coming on a show for like a 10-minute segment, like as myself, as someone who's been invited on shows for 10-minute segments, just fake it till you make it for 10 minutes.
Please stop talking right now, because you know what? What's happening?
No problem.
Thank you.
I won't talk the rest of the show. No problem.
Okay.
Mental devastation. Will it be?
Continue talking, but now
now we're going to break, so we'll be right back. I'm cutting you off because we have to go, Meghan. If you're going to behave like this.
I'm not behaving like anything. I'm trying to show a conservative perspective. It's a very provocative political commentary.
Yes.
I watched the entire thing, and I was just expecting Hustlers.
Right.
But it's actually
That's
a very
the thing.
interesting social commentary on our times.
Right.
And that I think is, for me, when I watched it, I thought it was just, it's kind of political too, in a good way.
It's super timely right now with everything that's going on with women, what's going on in the country.
I watched the segments from top to bottom to see if there's anything I could grab onto that Meghan might have found as unpleasant. Nothing.
Yeah, I have a great life. I'm a good person. I live in a good way.
Loving, warm, fiercely loyal, courageous, brave.
I did notice that Meghan's body language and facial expressions were off-putting at times. Obviously, we all have those interactions where, you know, we feel like the vibe is off between you and another person, or you feel coldness from them, and yeah, that happens. It doesn't make them an unpleasant person. And Meghan's allowed to feel that vibe, but I mean, it's completely irresponsible and self-serving of Meghan to then say publicly Jennifer is an unpleasant person. And maybe Jennifer is an unpleasant person, but not from Meghan's story, and I've yet to hear a legit story about how terrible Jennifer Lopez is. Now, they put some of this segment up on TikTok.
She had her video taken down, Carlos. She had it taken down for like terms of violation for bullying. And I just said she had a huge entourage and she was not my favorite guest I've ever interviewed. That's like the direct quote.
If the segment was cited for bullying, it wasn't because of that part, it was because of this.
That poor man. What a weird job. You know, he probably went to art school or something, had dreams of being a musician. He's like, I hold J.Lo's light lit, like whatever.
Or this.
If you're going to be an asshole, be an asshole. I can respect that.
Meghan's co-host Miranda has never met J.Lo. She's just calling J.Lo an a-hole based on Meghan's story of how she had several people with her, and there was a guy that was holding up a mirror with lights on it so she could check her makeup.
I mean, just from my experience with J.Lo, yeah, some of this shit's true.
I think the video should have been taken down based on some other things that Miranda said as well that were really just irresponsible and offensive.
Influencers who are just getting your name out there. The engagement and the brand awareness is all you really need.
But yeah, this story that they're telling of the video being taken down in circumstances is total BS.
Yeah,
we got it
back up.
But then it got put back up.
It wasn't Jennifer's lawyers that flagged it. If it was them, they would have flagged it on all the platforms that it's on. They would have flagged it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Apple Music. They would have known they had legal grounds to take it down, and it would have been taken down on all platforms. So somebody hit that button on TikTok to report the video, and I don't know what TikTok's policy is in terms of when a video is flagged, but it sounds to me what they do is that they put a temporary, block on that video, they investigate it, and then they decide, okay, it's fine, we'll put it back up.
And it was taken down for bullying.
It wasn't TikTok going, okay, we'll take it down, and then, oh, we've changed our minds, and then Jennifer's lawyers going, oh, well, give me a break. So yeah, this is total BS.
I just know my experience, and I was a host at The View. It was not nice. She was not nice, okay? And I'm like, whatever.
And yeah, Meghan, I would focus on your own unpleasantness before you start making up stories about others. Okay, bye.
Who does not have a reputation
had
for
our
being a
video.
nice, normal person?
Get our
I'm not
video of it
exposing
taken
myself.
down.